Batter that stays fresh and spreadable on the counter. It sounds impossible, but that's exactly what this Butterbell does. The secret is in the water seal, and today I'm throwing one to show you how it works. I'm using 300 grams of clay for the bell and another 350 grams for the dish. You can easily scale this. I don't use a lot of butter, so a small Butterbell is perfect for me. I start by centering the 300 grams of clay, and then I flatten and push down into the clay, and I open out. Now, as I start to form the walls, I'm leaving a ledge at the bottom. This ledge needs to be big enough to cover the rim of the water dish. And I pull up the walls. I bring the wall up to the final height, about 70 mil high. And now I straighten the walls with a rib. I straighten the ledge at the base. You could trim this later if you'd rather. I measure the diameter, and then I wire through and set aside to dry to leather hard. Now for the water dish. I take the 350 grams of clay and I center. I flatten and push down into the clay. Neither of these pieces require a foot ring, so I'm aiming for a little under 10 mil in the base. This is pretty much a simple cylinder. I open out and form the walls. I pull up the walls. So I bring the walls up to their final height. I want the walls to be about 20 mil taller than the bell. This leaves some room for the water. And I straighten the walls with a rib. I trim a little around the base. I double check my measurements. The dish needs to be wide enough to accommodate the bell, with a little wriggle room. I cut it a little fine with the first one I made, and it warped in the firing. Anyway, live and learn. So I wire through the dish and set aside. My pieces are leather hard, so now I can trim. So I center and fasten. There's not too much to trim here. I'm just going to trim a little around the foot and across the base. My clay is a little on the dry side. So instead of peels of clay coming away, it's just little dry shavings. My answer to this is to hold a damp sponge on the base as I trim. This dampens the surface of the clay uniformly and makes it easier to trim a dry pot. And that's about it for trimming the base. After a quick sponge, I'm ready to move on to trimming the bell. I set aside to dry and get on with trimming the Butterbell. So I center the Butterbell and fasten with lugs of clay. I start by trimming around the ledge. And then trim across the base. I smooth with a sponge, and that's pretty much it. And then I just check to make sure that both the pieces fit together. So then I set my Butterbell aside to dry, and I bisque fire. After the first firing, it's time to glaze. If you're enjoying this video or you find it useful, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on further functional projects. And if you can think of any functional items you'd like to see us make, feel free to comment below. Now I made both a speckled version and a version with fine white clay. And then I wiped the rims. I'm going to fire these pieces on their rims. I'm glazing the speckled with a white majolica glaze. The speckled clay with the white is a favourite combination. And then a glaze fire. Aha, this one didn't warp and the fit is perfect. Now all I have to do is add some butter. So I cut some butter and add it to the butter bell. Then I add water. The butter bell displaces the water and a water seal is created. This airtight seal keeps the butter fresh by keeping out unwanted stuff and helps to prevent the butter fats from oxidizing. Replace the water every few days. So this simple design really can keep your butter fresh and, most importantly, spreadable. For another super fresh functional project, why not try out our olive oil bottle video? And happy potting!